Right, let's speak more now about the fire at Parliament and speak to the Hawks about the criminal investigation. Then we're joined by the spokesperson, Brigadier Nomthandazo Mbambo. Brigadier, very good evening to you. Welcome to News at Prime. So confirmation earlier today, from government at least, of a suspect in custody. The words used by Minister De Lille was that a suspect has now been arrested. Are you able to give us more information on the grounds for the arrest?
Good evening, Thembekile. Yes, we can confirm at this stage that the suspect that was initially taken in for questioning has now officially been arrested, and he will be charged with housebreaking and theft as well as arson, and he will also be charged under the national key point. He will appear in court on Tuesday.
Housebreaking and theft, if I heard correctly. What exactly happened there?
What happened is that he gained entry through the back window after he apparently jumped through the fence, and he was found with some items that are believed to have been stolen inside the Parliament.
Is this a person who perhaps worked at Parliament? What information do you have about their background, for instance? I know we can't give the name out on air until they've appeared in court, but what more can you tell us about the individual?
This individual, who is 48 years old, is just an ordinary citizen. Thembekile is not even involved anywhere in Parliament, but through interrogation, it was discovered that he had some issues that led to him doing this deed today. But unfortunately, as we indicated, those are still subject to investigation. We cannot divulge those at this stage.
Okay, so this person, as things stand, I don't know if you're able to confirm this on air, have they admitted guilt?
Not indeed admitted guilt, but he did give some information that assisted us in linking him to the crime today.
And as things stand, is this the only person you're investigating?
Yeah, so far he is the only person. It seems he did all this deed on his own.
What were the items that were taken from Parliament that were found in the person's possession? From what I heard earlier, some of the reporting suggested that this man was in fact arrested at in the parliamentary precinct. Is that correct?
It is indeed. He was found by members of the PSS who saw him when he was leaving Parliament, and he was found in other items that, as we are investigating now, we're still trying to find out where, in which office, and what those stuff are. But he was found in possession of certain things that were said to be belonging to Parliament. So as and when we continue with the investigation, we will confirm if indeed they were stolen in Parliament.
Is it still likely then that there could be a broader investigation here? And I'm asking this because in the briefing in the last hour, Minister for Public Works, Patricia De Lille, said one of the preliminary reports that she's received is that someone may have switched off the sprinkler system, for example, in Parliament, which would also be quite suspicious because the sprinkler system is there to help in the case of a fire emergency.
We cannot rule out any possibility at this stage. Thembekile will be looking at all possibilities to see first how did he gain entrance, why wasn't like you indicated, the alarm, why was it off, why was it not detected initially, and all those other things. Those will form part of our investigation.
And just to recap, you did say the man will appear in court tomorrow. Did I hear that correctly?
On Tuesday.
On Tuesday. And
yes.
The charges, to recap, are to do with arson, breaking into Parliament, and theft.
Yes, as well as also he'll also be charged under the National Key Point Act.
What does being charged under the National Key Point Act mean for a person, especially if they are to be convicted? Are they looking at a long jail sentence?
It will depend on the investigation thereof, as well as the NPA. And remember now, Thembekile, the Parliament is a national key point. So there is an act that governs the national key points. So that person entered the national key point unlawfully. So he has to be charged under that act.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you so much for that. Brigadier Nomthandazo Mbambo, spokesperson for the Hawks, speaking to us about this arrest of one man, a 48-year-old man arrested in the parliamentary precinct today, shortly after reports of that fire began to circulate. Sections of the old assembly as well as the National Assembly wing gutted by the fire. The likes of the President Cyril Ramaphosa have already been to the scene. Well,